going on, peeps? It's Wrath here, hanging out today, playing some Idle Heroes. I want to thank you guys so much for coming out with me today. If you liked the video, don't forget, smash that thumbs up button to show your support. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe as well. Alright guys, we're here today to do another analysis. This is from the past seasonal. It's not right now. It was done days ago. Just going to clear that up. Today, we're going to do an analysis on Flamestrike. Jump into the mages, alright? If you guys don't know about Flamestrike, you probably don't play seasonal. Because she's everywhere. She's like a cancer, okay? And she spreads. She gets worse. In official servers, you probably don't see as many of them, due to the fact it takes a lot longer to build a hero there, and by the time you get them, I mean, she's still a troll hero, there's no doubt about that. I don't know if she's quite as popular there. Could you build one there? Sure. But anyways, that's not the point. Right now, we're going to talk about Flamestrike, skills, stats, gear guide, all that good business. Let's get to it. Alright, so first up, the active skill, Breath of Fire. That's aptly named. It is a Breath of Fire. Deals 136% of attack as damage against all enemies and burns them, dealing 65% of attack extra damage each round for 3 rounds. Gains 30% crit damage and 30% attack for 3 rounds. So pretty powerful hit there. The damage over time, not usually what kills people off. It's the huge amount of damage she drops. We'll talk about that in a second. Extra crit damage and attack, always good. Can't go wrong there. First passive, Immortal Ashes. Gains 25% attack and 30% skill damage for each killed ally. Yes. So as your team dies, her damage ramps up huge. It gets enormous. Next passive, whenever an enemy hero dies, gains 20% crit and 30% crit damage. So as she kills things, she gets even stronger. So this chick is capable of dropping crazy damage. I've been hit personally for like 6.7 million by her. It's stupid. Okay, if the situation goes the way you don't want it to go, she's going to hit like a freak beast. Last passive here increases HP by 40%, attack by 20%, and skill damage by 37.5%. So she builds a huge amount of skill damage as your team dies off. She has passive skill damage already. Huge amounts of crit when the enemy team dies. She can knock down, like, entire teams in a single attack. It's crazy. Okay, everybody uses the Flamestrike cheese in Seasonal early on. It's like the cheapest way to get high rank in the arena and to push through the tower really quickly. With that said, let's jump into the gear guide. We'll talk a bit about gearing and stuff like that. And then we'll talk about where she's useful, is she not, should you build one, all that good jazz. Alright, so the gear guide. Bang. Normal gear, doesn't really matter. The main thing we talk about is the stone and the artifact. Stone. Couple different things you can run on your stone. I've heard people run crit and HP for a higher crit and a little bit of tankiness as well. I don't know how well that would run. Personally, it can't be horrible. I wouldn't think it'd be terrible bad. If you're wanting really crazy damage and you're kind of a risky person, crit and crit on your Flamestrike, it does make her easier to kill, which means she might not get her attack off. But if she does get her attack off, it's probably going to hit pretty crazy hard. So you can run crit, you can run crit HP. I prefer HP and HP. And what that means, it gives her a huge amount of health. The higher her health is, obviously the less likely she is to die early. You want her to live till the end, because obviously if she's the last hero standing, she's going to do the most amount of damage then. So for me, survivability is priority number 1 for Flamestrike. Like I said, some people run crit, that's fine. If that works for you, do it. But for me, I feel like survivability is the safest option with a Flamestrike. Alright? As for artifacts, I always lean survivability on mine. I think reduced damage and HP is probably the best artifact for a Flamestrike, pretty much hands down. That's just my opinion, because it makes sure she doesn't die quick. Reduced damage is huge for that. And the extra HP as well means she's likely going to be your last hero standing. Unless she gets really unlucky and heroes are just targeting her, she's probably going to live till the end. And that's what you want. You could always run something like a crit-based artifact or something like that to help boost her crit damage. Like I say, I think when you're on when you're messing with a Flamestrike, err on the side of survivability over the side of extra damage. Because if she lives to the last hero standing, her damage is already going to be insane. It doesn't need an extra boost. She's going to one-shot pretty much the whole team. Very rarely does she not. So I would say, in my personal preference, Survivability. Build your Flamestrike to survive. Don't worry too much about the extra damage. Her passives take care of that. Now, I'm not like a god of idle heroes. I don't know all. I'm sure there's people out there sitting there screaming their head off, oh my god, my build is so much better. If it is, great, drop it in the comments. I'm definitely happy to look at it. But the way I lean survivability. All right, so where is Flamestrike good? Where is Flamestrike not good? She's not that great at boss fights. Because, one, she never kills enemies. Okay, you're in a boss fight. There's only an enemy. Maybe sometimes there's 3 enemies in a guild boss fight. As your team dies off, if your team's all dead and Flamestrike's the last one alive, she's not going to live for much longer. Okay, if the boss is doing that much damage, you're probably in trouble. But she's okay. She doesn't do it. She actually does pretty bad. When I ran her, I think she was doing like 6 million damage to bosses. It wasn't crazy. A lot of heroes outdo that. I think Ormus can outdo that. That's sad, but it's true. She's not the best at boss damage, but what she does shine at is Trial of the Champion. That's a place that's super annoying to fight Flamestrikes, especially if they're the hidden lineup and they've got like all those boosty heroes. Speaking of, let's look at our team really quick. If Irby's still on, he's got a pretty good example. Irby. This right here is a really solid team for a Flamestrike. Why? Destroyer at 6-star, that's this little doohickey dude right there. When he dies, he boosts your team's attack. Generally, he's going to die pretty quick, especially in the high end. Same thing with Emily here. She also boosts your team with her active skill, but when she gets to half health, she boosts your attack and reduces enemy armor, which means you're going to do more damage. Cruz, going to stun the enemy team, and then obviously Flamestrike, being the last ones alive, are going to unleash massive hell upon your enemies, and they will die. So that's a really solid lineup. I believe Irby did finish the tower as well. I'll just check it out real quick. I made it to 465. I can't beat 466. The Michelles are just retarded. They kill my soul. Shadow Fiend made it up there too. Yes, 11th one to clear layer 500. So a full clear on the tower. That's the team that they use. So Flamestrike has a very good run in the tower. Really solid there. But like I was saying, the Trial of Champion, it's a really good troll lineup. If you run something like that, the last, like at the bottom where no one can see it, if they try to pick a fight with that, you can beat them. Now, where does she fall short? End game. Okay, as more players get high-tier heroes, she starts to fall off in her effectiveness in the arena. Because a lot of people are going to have things that stun her, keep her stunned, kill her pretty quickly, where she's either not the last one standing, she gets killed before that, or she's the last one alive, but she's crowd-controlled and doesn't matter. Because just basic attacks don't do hardly anything. So that is where she starts getting weaker the longer seasonal goes. As for an official server, being as it's so hard to build full 10-star teams unless you're, obviously spending a lot of money, she would have, I think, a longer use. Like, if you build her really early, I think she'd be a lot stronger for a longer period of time because people won't be catching up to you. That's kind of the thing is, against like 1 or 2 10-star heroes, she can usually take them out. Sometimes Karim will like crit her to death, but early on, she's pretty solid in PvP. Same thing with Trial of Champion. She's a super big pain in the neck to deal with there. But as people start getting more 10-star heroes, they start building their teams better, getting those artifacts they need, she loses viability. She doesn't become as strong. Now, she still saved my butt many a time in PvP, being the last one alive, but she's not like the ultimate god-tier powerhouse she is early on. I would say she's never bad to build. If you've got the copies, there's no real reason you shouldn't build one unless you're just not using mage tech at all. In that case, she's not going to be very useful. But yeah, I would say she's worth a build. Official, private server, seasonal server. Maybe not private server so much because there's a lot of really high-end players already there. You're probably not going to do well with her in the private server. But as for like the official, you'd probably be pretty good if you build a 10-star early on. Seasonal, of course, if you get one early on, you're going to be ruling the roost in the arena. But I guess I can do a battle with her. I don't know what I want to do, though. I guess we can do a Broken Spaces. What do we got here? We'll do a battle with Flamestrike. She's not even in my team. As you can see, I'm not a super big Flamestrike supporter because she doesn't do a lot of damage. So we're going to jump in here, and this is going to be boosted damage. Obviously, of course, she's going to have Heartwatcher and Sigmund stripping armor, Heartwatcher boosting in the damage the hero takes. So this isn't her normal base stats in a battle. Just keep that in mind. She is being buffed, and that's kind of important to keep in mind. All right, so we're going to jump in here. We're going to let it happen. We're going to see what happens. Is it going to happen? It's going to happen. All right, so it's happening. Things are going. Let's see what the Flamestrike can do. I can already foretell Faithblade is going to drop some nasty numbers because these are dark heroes and he's light. He's going to hit like a freaking truck. I'm kind of curious to see what kind of crit he can drop. I know this is Flamestrike's analysis, but Faithblade has captured my interest. The first one I've ever built this season, and I'm not going to lie, I have absolutely been blown away by how useful he is at pretty much everything. He is a freak beast, and that's awesome. All right, so we're about halfway there, getting into it. All the damage, I think, is stacked up from Heartwatcher by now. We'll see what happens. She does do better when your team dies. That's one of the reasons she's not really good against bosses like this, where they're not killing your team off. She's not going to do a lot of damage. She's never getting those passives to tick in, and those passives are obviously what builds her damage. Without the passives, she doesn't hit super hard. She's not like super weak or nothing, but she's obviously not hitting it 100%. You know what I'm saying? Well, we'll do a campaign battle or something after this with all level 1s, just to see what she does. You know what I'm saying? Drop one of those in there and see how that goes. Have to kill the monster off, because if you have a monster in the campaign, it pretty much ends the campaign battle as soon as it activates. But anyways, we're getting there. Winding down, last round. See what we got here. 75 million damage. That actually wasn't bad. I'm assuming a lot of that was Faithblade. 20 million, yeah. So about 6.8 mil, and that's buffed with Sigmund and with Heartwatcher. Okay, so that's not her normal damage. And as you can see, she was the lowest damaging hero on my team. She does not shine in boss battles. It's not her forte. Alright, she's not a boss fighter. She's more for a PvP troll. She's kind of a troll hero. That's what she does. She's also very good in the Tower of Oblivion. That's kind of her big selling point, is you can, like you've seen, complete the entire Tower of Oblivion, 500 waves with the Flamestrike cheese. That's how a lot of people do it, but it's also going to set you back against like bosses and stuff like that, because she does crap against bosses. Alright, so we'll do a battle here in the campaign. We'll do a Flamestrike at the end here. We'll knock the monster out of the equation, like so. We'll get some level 1s in here. What are we going to run? We'll just do like that, and then a couple of those for an aura. Just because, why not? Why not have an aura? And let's see if they can kill off the front line. That's the question. I don't know if they actually can pull it off. Okay, yeah, they absolutely can. Oh, she's silenced. This could be dangerous. This could be dangerous. We'll see. She's going to be silenced for a while. I feel like it. That means her damage is going to be stupid. Can we get an attack in? Are you serious? Are you serious? Being silenced the whole time? I obviously picked the wrong thing to fight. There we go. 1.8 million damage. She just dropped on that Demon Hunter. That was pretty nuts. I think the damage only goes as high as the HP that you can actually take away, so it doesn't really count it. But that's not bad for no monster. That's pretty tough. 1.8 million crit, not bad being completely naked, no real team behind her. That's what she does. She is the person that comes in at the end and just wipes the whole team out. Works okay in PvP. I can try a PvP battle, but I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not really great at PvP. I'll just be honest with you. It's not my thing. I don't build my teams for it. You got to find the right teams to beat. Like, I never fight Kamath at 10 stars. It's a nightmare. That guy's a freak beast. Demon Hunters, I'm always scared of a Demon Hunter. Faithblade, that's rough. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Nah, probably not a good idea. Like I said, I'm not the best. I think I fought this guy actually in the first one. I pulled a win, but it was a win because my Flamestrike actually survived to the very end. The odds of that happening twice, probably pretty low. It was a very close battle. There's another one, Aiden. Aiden's kind of similar to Flamestrike, does pretty much the same thing, just a little weaker. He's a poor man's Flamestrike. All right, that's what he is. He's not that great at it, but he tries. He tries to be good. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have a great team for this. Lutz is going to stun mages. That's really bad. Demon Hunter's super fast. Double Vesa. Valentino scares the crap out of me. I'm not a fan of fighting Valentinos. I'm just going to say it. That guy's nasty. Double Flamestrike, Demon Hunter. As you can see, you do see a lot of Flamestrikes in this. That's a super PvP team. I don't know if I'm going to find one I can take. I guess I can lose one against a Flamestrike. Yeah, I guess that could be a thing. We could do that. We'll see. We'll see if I can find one more search. Okay, that's going to refresh him. All right, so we're gonna have to try something. I guess we can try that guy we beat before and see if we can pull a repeat. Odds of the repeat pretty low, but whatever, we'll try it. So we've got an aura going on right now with the light, the two faith blades. I like the aura a little bit better than no aura. We're gonna try. We're gonna see if we can't pull a miracle. Because last time I got super lucky. I know I did. We'll see if we can have a repeat of super luckiness or if we can get absolutely smashed. Because, you know, that's kind of how it happens. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I keep forgetting that what's his face? Faithblade can't be stunned. I forgot about that. Like, every time I see my Faithblade hit him, like, oh my god, he didn't get stunned. He can't be stunned. Oh, this is looking bad. This is looking... Oh, there we go. Things are starting to die off. Yep, yeah, I'm gonna die this time. Yep, didn't happen. But yeah, like I said, if they would not have stunned Flamestrike and she got that skill off, that's how I beat him the first time. She wiped the entire team in one hit. So, I suck. Like I said, I'm not a PvP god. I don't build my teams for it. I'm not a meta hunter, because that really annoys me. So that's where she does shine, though. You didn't see it from my team, because my team sucketh one. But like I said, the first time I did that battle, actually, that would probably be in my my log. Could check that out, I guess. Aha, see? I'm not a liar. It actually happened, and now you get to see it. You're going to get to watch it happen in real time. All right? This will showcase the Flamestrike pretty well. Because she won the battle for me. Spoiler alert, that's exactly what happened. So here we go. Team's dying off. They're beating the crap out of me because this guy's obviously a far superior player than I am. I'm not very good. I just get lucky, and that's what I rely on. So team's really getting killed off quick now. Smashing everybody's butthole. And there you go. Flamestrike wiped the entire team out by herself. No one else died until Flamestrike attacked. As you can see, my damage from Flamestrike, absolutely crazy through the roof. 6.2 million. She took everyone out. No one else really did a whole lot. So Flamestrike, that's kind of what Flamestrike does. She's a troll hero. If she survives to the end, she can very easily win you a battle just because all of her passives are built up. She's a freak. All right? So that's a good example of Flamestrike. We'll run over it one more time. Survivability is what I would build on a Flamestrike if I build one. Probably not a bad idea to build it on official, and obviously in seasonal you'll build them for sure if you have them. They're amazing. Private server I probably wouldn't because there's just too many people already have max god to your team. She won't do too much for you there. I guess she's never bad in Trial of Champion or whatever, but you know, that's the thing. Boss battles, not really her thing. She's not super good at it. PvP is where she shines, and the Tower of Oblivion. Not really anywhere else. I mean, I guess you could run her in the Brave Trial, have like a bunch of level 40s that go in with her, knock your monster off, and put a Flamestrike at the back line to help cheese through really hard waves in the Brave Trial. I could see that being a thing. As for Aspen Dungeon, literally no use in the Aspen Dungeon at all. She does nothing. So your best bet, I would say, she's mainly a PvP and tower hero. That's where she shines. Other than that, she's not really that good. She's not well-rounded. She is very, very focused on one part of the game. But that's the Flamestrike analysis. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked the video, please make sure smash that thumbs up button to show your support. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe as well and tell your friends about it because that definitely helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys in the next one.